Good morning, everyone. It's nice and bright and early over here. I know over there in North America, it's about 8 o'clock at night. So, great. I wanted to talk about something that a few people keep bringing up. They make a lot of crypto communities laugh, but if you're new, they shouldn't be laughing at these people because they just don't know. And there's no reason to get angry or upset or laugh at someone who doesn't know something. You want crypto to build and get bigger? You gotta help people and stop being a troll, basically. So I'm not a troll, but my name is Joel, Mr. Joel, cryptocurrency educator, right here for you guys today. So a couple things I'm gonna talk about. Do you need to buy a full Bitcoin? What is a Satoshi? How many Satoshis equal a Bitcoin? These are really good questions to ask yourself or know in general. So what I'm gonna start off with is explaining, do you need to buy a full coin or token? Doesn't matter if it's Bitcoin, okay? The answer is absolutely not. You can buy as little as, you can buy a very little amount. Now, Bitcoin is divided by 100 million Satoshis, okay? So that means when you see all those like decimal 0.0000000, that's because you can buy 100 millionth of a Satoshi, which is pretty much worth nothing. But you can buy that, all right? So you can put $100 into Bitcoin, and whatever the equivalent of the fraction of whatever Bitcoin is worth that day, the $100 will be giving you a fraction of the Bitcoin. So it's just basic stuff. So if Bitcoin's divide 10,000 by 100, and that's how many Bitcoin percentages you'll get. So it'll be a Satoshi count. So it might be like 0.0001 Satoshis. That's pretty much how it works. So you'll get like you'll get a percentage based off of it, and it'll give you a decimal point number of that. So there's 100 million. So you can have 1 Satoshi, 10 Satoshis, 30 Satoshis. Most things that are starting now. So something like ADA is around like 4,500 Satoshis for one. Sorry, I got hiccups. So 4,500 Satoshis for one. So not that expensive. I mean, what are they, like 50 or 60? It's about 60 cents right now. So that's not like really, really expensive. So you would, buy a lot of them. And if you bought a Bitcoin worth, you would have a huge bag. So you don't actually have to have a full Bitcoin worth of anything ever. So just remember that. Okay. So a Satoshi is Satoshi Nakamoto is the Bitcoin creator. We don't really know who it is. But we know that it exists. We don't know who created it. We don't know when they created it. Well, we know when they created it in 2008. We don't really know who did it. Okay, they haven't cashed out their Bitcoin or anything. So that million Bitcoin they kept for themselves is lost. That's good for Bitcoin because it means when Bitcoins get lost and we can't find them, they're gone forever. Meaning, if you took out market cap wise, if you took out a million coins off of Bitcoin, that makes it worth a lot more. Remember I was telling you in another video that supply and demand economics, there's only 21 million, but really what they're finding out is they're probably about 17.5 million, maybe 18. But most of the other ones are lost forever. They're never gonna find them. Like the guy who threw out his 7,500 Bitcoin into the dump like 4 years back. The dump just actually denied him the ability to go and actually search for that hard drive. Poor guy. I bet you someone already found it. Anyways, so that is what Satoshi are. So 100 million. So you do that for any token or any coin. So everything that you buy, like I was saying in the previous video, is through Bitcoin. You think about it in Bitcoin, not in dollars. And that's why, because when you buy something, you're buying it in Satoshis. You're not buying it in dollars. Now, that will probably change in the future as more of these new exchanges keep coming. But for right now, that is what we're focusing on. We're going to focus on increasing your Bitcoin with each trade. So you can actually increase your Bitcoin sometimes and lose money. But over time, when Bitcoin comes back, you'll actually have earned more money than you lost in that short window. Like recently, if you've done trades, you'd feel like you've lost money but gained Bitcoins. You'll be like kind of sad about that, but you shouldn't be, because when Bitcoin comes back, you'll have earned far more. So you have to think a little bit longer term when you're doing the trading. You have to think longer term when you have these coins, because a lot of these people are buying for just today. They're like, hey, I'm going to show ECC today or Verge. But if you don't do your research, you're going to be hurt by that. So make sure that when you're buying something, you know what you're buying. Okay. The worst thing you could ever do is just buy things blindly and then, you know, get stuck with Patcoin and have like 1 million bought of those or something like that. All right. Anyways, so that is basically how you buy Bitcoin. You put in money and you exchange it for a certain percent of Bitcoin. And it's done based off of dividing it by 100 million and then putting the dollar amount of Bitcoin based off the dollar amount you put in. Okay, so the question was, can you buy do you have to buy a full Bitcoin? And the answer is absolutely not. You buy as much Bitcoin or much of a percent of a Bitcoin as you need or want to buy. So, I mean, having 0.001 Bitcoin is just as fine as having 1 Bitcoin. Wanted you guys to know that. Okay. Wanted you to know about the satoshi counts as well. 100 million of them equal 1 Bitcoin. So you can obviously see you don't have to spend, you know, 10 grand on a Bitcoin. You could put $100, $1,000, $500. It doesn't matter. And you buy it. Then you could take that $500 and invest that $500 of Bitcoin, which will give you a certain amount of Bitcoin, put it on Binance, and then you can buy other stuff. ADA, you can buy US, etc. Okay, so that's what you do to get started with buying Bitcoin. You don't need to worry about it, and that's it. That's all I'm going to talk about for right now. You guys have an awesome day. I'm going to get back to teaching and marketing and doing all the stuff that I got to do, but I'm also going to be continually educating you guys when I have my ideas keep popping up of things that you need to know. All right, have a great day. You guys keep doing your thing. Kick butt. Take names, enjoy life.